Hi everybody, I'm Bruce,
Hi, I'm Mel.
and we're Brooklyn Italians Talk About Movies. Welcome back. This week I think we're going to talk about a movie, no, I think I know. This week we're going to talk about a movie that Mel and I both liked. It's a movie called Dream House, and it's starring Daniel Craig and his real life wife,
Rachel
Weisz. And the movie is a psychological thriller, right? That's what you would call it, psychological thriller.
Well, let me tell you about the stars first. They might not know. Daniel Craig, you probably know from the James Bond movies. He was the new James Bond.
Yeah. He did a good job with James Bond too.
Yeah, very good
Yeah, he did a good
actor.
job.
One of my favorites. And this is totally different character for him. This is a movie thriller. He's just as good in this as all of his movies, which I think is good that he plays with his wife.
You know what? The guy usually plays a real dramatic role, right? I mean a real action role, like he's an action star, James Bond and stuff like that. He plays a tough guy all the time.
Yeah.
But in this movie, he plays
just a dad,
yeah,
a
he's
husband
just a dad,
and
right? He
dad
plays a real dramatic
working
role,
guy.
right?
And Rachel Weisz, who's his wife, is in it, and I think it's good because they're really married.
You might recognize her. She was in The Mummy, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't she in The Mummy?
She was in a lot of movies.
Yeah, she's in.
Rachel
Yeah,
Weisz.
you'll
They'll
recognize
know,
her.
Yeah.
But they've been married for like 100 years.
No, but
almost as long as we have.
You ain't kidding. Anyway, so what it is it works because they're really married, so everything is just natural.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's more chemistry.
They're married.
Because
They have
they're
a
married in real
family.
life. Yeah.
First of all, the title Dream House. You're wondering why would they pick this name for this scary movie? And
Well, that's what it is. I mean, he's in his dream house. He
Right.
finally gets his dream house.
Right.
The premise of the movie was
We'll
this.
start with what he does.
He was an editor for a publishing company.
Right.
And what he
works
did
in the
was,
city.
yeah, he works in the city.
We
Works
don't
in
know what
Manhattan.
city though.
Well, no, it was New York. Yeah, it
Oh,
was New York.
Okay.
He works in Manhattan, and he works for a big publishing company, and he's an editor. And the movie opens up. When it opens up, you see him in his office, and he's signing. His boss, I guess, gives him a reference. What was it? Severance package.
Severance. We always forget that.
Yeah, gives him a severance package, and he says, "Oh, it's a good severance package. You're going to do all right, man." So you see him signing it. That's the opening of the movie. He's leaving his job. He's leaving his work.
So actually, we're watching this, and we're saying, "Wow." As it starts, it looks like he has a great life. He's just retired. He's just leaving his job in the office. He don't want to work in the office anymore because he.
But I mean, he looks like everybody's happy that he's
right.
leaving.
They have a party for him.
They got champagne and popping champagne.
And we're saying, wow, imagine you could just quit your job just to do whatever you want.
Well, you don't know. You don't know what he's going to do. You don't have no idea.
Yet.
Right, you don't know what he's going to do. He's just walking out of the office.
So then he gets home and he just bought this big, beautiful house. I don't know if it's...
You're figuring like, did he have a problem at work? Was there something like, did they force him to resign?
Wait. Now, when he bought this house, was it like...
Well, first you see him on a train. He gets on a subway. And he's out, it's not underground actually, he's on the L going through Manhattan, it's the Bronx. Yeah, see, that's what, it was probably upstate. They never tell you where this dream house was, where it was located. It was in a suburb. Because it was in like this big, what do you call them?
Cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac. It was in this big cul-de-sac. And what happened...
It was a nice house. It was
it was a nice house. But what happened was you see him going through, like he's on the L train. You know, he's on the L and he's going outside, the train's outside. And you see him pass like he's going through Manhattan.
Well, that's not even important, really.
Or the Bronx, whatever. No, I'm just saying he's on the train going home.
The funny part of it, not funny, but what it is we're watching this and I'm just picturing us or anybody. He just left his job. He's commuting. I don't know how long he's commuting to get home on a train. There's snow. He gets home. There's a ton of snow, and he walks in his house, and he's so happy to see his wife, and he's hugging her and kissing her, and it's like they're newlyweds, and I'm like, wow.
Oh yeah, she meets him on the porch, and he's like dipping on.
Wait, and then she says, "Oh, honey, look, I just painted the whole house," and she literally painted the whole house. So
but when he comes in, it's
like so the dream house.
Yeah, but when he comes in, it's like father knows best. He comes in, the two little kids,
they're
perfect
adorable.
life. Oh, daddy.
They are adorable.
And everyone smiles, and his wife is so thrilled that he quit his job. And you know, he pulls up in
Right.
front of his house. It's snowing. It's like a blanket of snow. It's like a perfect scene. Like
See,
it's
he wasn't
perfect.
worried about who's going to shovel
Right,
this. I'm
just-
exhausted.
Yeah, forget about it. He was,
What are you doing, painting
Yeah.
like that?
no, but you got to remember, you're shoveling snow. You're talking about. I worked for a living. I didn't sit behind a
All
desk.
right.
No, but I mean, I
Not
worked a
gonna get
hard
into
job.
that.
No, but I'm just saying, I commuted 2.5 hours on a BQE to go home, and then I had to go shovel snow.
And you were happy to shovel the snow.
Oh yeah, when out there, you met me on the porch with a cocktail,
Yeah, and I
a
also
martini,
painted the house, right?
right.
No, but anyway, it's showing you that everything is picture perfect, and this is a perfect setup for the movie because you're watching it and you're like, wow, look at this, and this is how the movie starts. And then the movie, there's a lot of twists and turns in this movie, so we can't give too much away. When he wanted to review this, I said this is going to be hard.
Yeah, she said, maybe we should
it's a
do this
thriller.
movie because it's gonna be hard not to give the story away, which is true.
All right, let me just give like the premise of the story. All right, so here's this perfect little life, okay, which is nice, great if you can have, we're watching it, and then all of a sudden, some weird turns, twists and turns, like the neighbors are acting weird, like in most scary movies. But they're watching them and they're.
Well, no, what it is any time he interacts with anybody in the town,
It's uncomfortable
or the
for
neighbors,
him. Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
it's not uncomfortable for him. It's the neighbors are like kind of standoffish. The people are
They're
standoffish.
sketchy, like the kids would
right?
say
They
today,
look
they're
at him
sketchy.
like they're giving him sideways looks.
Yeah,
Like
there's
something's
one
going
neighbor.
on.
There's one neighbor that tries to be nice, but you almost feel like
Well, now
she's
they gotta-
feeling bad for him for something. Like
Yeah,
she
no,
thinks-
but they have neighbors that live across the street from them, right?
Right.
And it's the neighbor is Naomi Watts. She
Big
plays
star.
the neighbor,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Big
And
star.
her husband is
I don't know
what's his name? Martin Sokas is the actor's name.
I never saw him though.
Yeah, I seen him in a couple. He always plays a bad guy. He plays like a guy that's like always
Yeah.
sneaky. Like he always plays a bad guy.
Yeah.
Anyway. Just to let you know what the characters' names are, so when we reference them, you know who they are. Daniel Craig played, his character's name was Will Tenton, and his wife's name, Rachel Weisz, was Libby Tenton.
Yeah.
And actually they had two daughters.
They had names.
They had two daughters. The daughters' names in the movie were Trish and Dee Dee. They were sisters in real life, really cute kids, adorable. Anyway, Naomi Watts, she played the neighbor, Ann Patterson, and this Martin Sokas,
What was
he
Ann
played
Patterson in the movie?
the neighbor, the blonde neighbor was Ann Patterson, was her name in the movie.
Oh, the name of the movie.
Right.
Okay. All right.
And the guy, her husband's name in the movie was Jack Patterson.
All right. I don't think we have to go through all that.
Well, this way they know the
All right.
characters.
All right. So anyway. Now things are starting to be like a little weird, like they spot people outside, they think they hear noises, it's a
Well,
little
yeah,
bit,
they said when they kid the wife, they see people like they saw somebody was by
somebody's
the
looking
window or
in,
whatever.
things start to get a little strange. And then here's when things really start off. They're in bed one night, the kids are sleeping, he hears noises. So he gets up and he goes downstairs, and they were in an older house, beautiful house, but older house where, like we had back in New York, they had the houses with the cellar doors in the backyard.
Even back in New York, but in Brooklyn they had cellar door. We have cellar doors. With,
Well, I'm explaining.
you go outside the yard, there's cellar doors. You go in
how
front of
people
the house.
got in the house. This is how they got in the house. There was an old cellar door that was unlocked, and apparently they opened the door, and these kids got in. And he goes downstairs, and there's a bunch of teenagers, and they're hanging out, and they're rowdy. And he goes, "What are you doing in my house?" And he starts yelling, and he chases them out. Okay, now the thing.
Meanwhile, they're not just in the house, like they just snuck into the basement.
Right.
They're down there. They got
They're
these
doing like a seance.
old couches set up, and
They're hanging out.
and they got spray paint all over the walls, and there's candles, and
It was
they
like
got music
graffiti,
on.
right?
Like, yeah, like
No,
they had
no
this thing.
music, no music.
There was music. They had
They
like
were
this little
creepy.
radio.
They were creepy. They were doing like
Anyway,
a seance. They were doing a
Yeah,
seance.
they were doing like some kind of
This is
seance
where the
down there.
movie gets a little creepy. So he takes it like, all right, these kids probably figured nobody bought the house yet, and they're hanging out. Let me just chase them, and he chases them. does think it's a little weird though when he goes back and sees why is this all this graffiti on the walls? Why are they doing this seance? They were kind of
And the kids,
the kids were gone.
The kids were, yeah, they had like that dark lipstick and black nail polish, like freaks. Anyway, they, what do you call it? They ran out of the basement and they go into their car, like they had the car parked there. So he comes up out of the basement, he says to them, don't come back here or I'm gonna call the cops or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And the kid looks at him and kind of smirks at him and says, yeah, you know, tonight's the anniversary. Tonight's the 5-year anniversary of. So he's
don't give anything else
what are you talking about,
yeah.
5-year anniversary? What do you mean? Anyway, these kids get in the car and they take off. Now he starts thinking, what do you mean 5-year anniversary? Whatever.
So now he knows something ain't right in the neighborhood or in the house because the neighbors are weird, the kids are saying these things. He knows something's not
right. But you know what happened? You know how he
finds
finds out? He finds out because he comes home, he goes to the town, right? I don't know what he was doing, he's buying paint or something. And he comes home, he goes in the house, and the wife is sitting on the couch with the little girl, like, and she's holding the little girl scared.
Right,
so
right.
he says, what's the matter? So she says, oh, the kid was outside, and she heard the neighbor's kid across the street on her cell phone talking to somebody about people got murdered in our house.
Right, and this is
so
where
she says, wow, what do you mean?
starts,
So now he makes an about face, he goes out the door, he goes across the street, and he knocks on the neighbor's door. And the neighbor, the girl, the young girl comes to the door, the neighbor's daughter, she's about maybe what, 13, 14, 15, whatever.
Yeah.
She comes to the door and she gets like shocked that he's standing there and she didn't say anything to him, she just said, Mom, you know. And now Naomi Watts comes out, she's the mother of this kid. And she comes
was very nice though.
Yeah, she was nice to him, she was nice to him. She comes out, she says, what's the problem, you know, and he says, listen, you know, I don't know, your daughter was on her cell phone near my house and my kids overheard her talking about some kind of murders or something, and they got scared, you know, I'd appreciate it if your daughter, you know, didn't do that by my house or whatever, and so she says, okay, I'll speak to her about it or whatever. So now he's got this, he says to her, what did she mean, murders in my house? And also, Naomi Watts is like kind of standoffish. She says, oh, nothing, you know, and she says, okay, you know, I have to go.
But she doesn't want to get into
right.
it.
She backs up, she closes the door, and that's
apparently he bought this big, beautiful house for his
family.
family.
The realtor never told him that.
The realtor never told him anything,
that
there was something with that. And that's the start of a lot of horror movies.
So
that's the start of a lot of scary movies, that you buy a house that's either somebody got killed in it or was haunted. That's the start of a lot of, but this movie takes a totally different turn. Okay, so now he has to go investigate what happened.
We don't have to.
He wants to know.
Well, let's tell them why he quit his job.
Well, let me finish.
But they don't know why he's
going home. Can I just finish that one thought? he wants to investigate what's going to happen. All right, what happened? Okay. I'm sorry, what happened already in the house?
Now, he quit his job because he wants to be a writer. He wants to write a novel. So this was the premise for him quitting his job. He was going to come home, stay home, write a novel, and become this big-time, you know, writer. So that was how he got to be home. So now he's home, he's got time on his hands. So he figures, I'm going to find out what went on here. So he goes and he starts, where'd he go? In the basement? Or did they have an attic? Or
no,
where did he find the films?
I don't know where you're right. I don't know where no, there wasn't any pictures. There was, because you said, why weren't there pictures? There was newspaper articles. I'm not sure where he found.
Oh yeah, he found some
what happened in the house.
Right, some kind of film or something. Like it was like a movie film.
Right, and the story. You want to tell it? Go ahead.
Well, anyway, what he was doing was he didn't even have a projector or nothing. He had a flashlight with a camera lens, and he was putting it and shining it on the wall. Yeah. That's why I said, no. I said, what's he doing here? Remember, he had the film. He had the flashlight set up on a box, and he had the film in front of it.
Why was there film in there?
I don't know. Whatever box he found, there was film.
Why would there be film? See, now I didn't even see that part.
You didn't see the part where the wife came in and he was looking through the box and she took the film.
Yeah, I didn't understand. Well, I saw there was film and stuff, but I didn't know what that was.
Anyway, she missed that, whatever. So maybe she dozed off for a second. Who knows?
Go ahead.
Anyway, let me just finish what I was saying.
Sure.
Anyway, they look at he's got this film and he's looking at it, I don't know, he got some kind of Jimmy Rig thing, he's looking at the thing on the wall. And he sees the newspaper clippings, and he sees, you know, 5-year anniversary, family murder, right?
He sees the original news clippings.
Yeah, there was a wife.
It wasn't the 5-year anniversary.
Right.
It was the original news clipping where a man came home and killed his wife and kids. So now he knows the secret behind the house.
Right, right. He knows now that there was murders in the house and that the family that lived there got killed, the wife and 2 kids, and they presumed that the husband killed them. Right? So now what happened was, he found out that the husband, whose name was Peter Ward. Peter Ward was the real guy's name.
Right.
He didn't stand trial because he was deemed insane, like he was nuts. He
couldn't stand trial.
By reason of insanity.
So he went to psychiatric.
So they put him in a nut house, right? Yeah, so they put him in a nut house, right? So he goes in, right? And now he figures, I'm going to do some research. He goes to the town and he starts talking to people. Like he goes to the store and he's talking to people, and then nobody wants to talk to him about this. Nobody says anything.
Well, it's like they don't want to talk about it in general. Like the whole town does, like it's hush hush. They don't want to talk about it. And
in the interim, he sees somebody, like the wife sees somebody run past the window outside of the house. And he runs outside. Now, when he runs outside, there's somebody in a car. And instead of the car pulling away, you figure the car's going to pull away. The car goes in drive and starts driving towards him. And he jumps out of the way. They crash into the porch. And then they back up and they try to run him over again. And he's trying to back away from his car.
So now someone obviously is trying to kill him.
Right, and somebody wanted to do something to him or whatever. So now the car takes off and leaves. So now in the interim, they call the cops, right? The cops show up, 2 cops cars pull in front of the house. They get out, they say, what's the problem here? What's going on? Yes, they did. They were a little nasty.
They were mild-mannered, weren't they?
They weren't mild-mannered. Right away, they got out of the car. They said, all right, listen, what's the problem? Why is there a commotion here? What's going on?
I felt like they just played it down. Like, all right, go ahead.
When he said somebody was here in the car, they tried to kill me, run me over, whatever. They said, all right, no problem. He's gone now. There's no damage done, no harm done. So just forget about it. And the cops get in the cars and they take off. No investigation, no looking with
all right, so now you're saying to yourself, okay, he bought a house where people were killed. Now somebody's trying to kill him. Then his wife sees somebody in the window. She sees somebody outside looking in the window. So now he's putting all this together and he's like, let me find out whatever happened to this guy.
We're telling the whole story. We're telling the whole story bit by bit.
No, he wants to find out whatever happened to the guy because now he's getting scared. He's saying, my family, I'm scared.
Yeah, so what happens is now
what
let me just tell him.
What happened to the guy? Oh my God.
Let me tell him this way. So now, we can't give you, this is a weird movie because the twist, instead of being at the end of the movie, it's in the middle of the movie.
And then there's another twist.
And then there's a second twist at the end of the movie. So we can only give you from the beginning to the middle, because we can't give you, if we give you the twist in the middle, it's going to give away the rest of the movie. So if you didn't watch it...
So the movie takes a 180-degree turn?
Right, 180 degree turn. And the reason we're laughing is because she always says it takes a 360-degree turn, which means it'll come back to where it was. Anyway, it takes a complete turnaround.
That's it.
And... You're not gonna believe what happens, like what the outcome, what the twist is.
So just tell the part when they go to find where the guy is.
Yeah, we're gonna explain up to this point.
We gotta go find where the murderer is.
So he figures, I'm gonna go do some investigation now, and I'm gonna find out where this guy is, who he is, and what went on in my house, right? So he goes to the insane asylum where they had this guy locked up, right? So he goes in, he walks in, and there's a woman behind the desk, and she's putting mail in the mailbox, and in like these mailboxes. It looks like a hotel, like with the slots. So she's putting mail in it, and there's a patient that keeps asking, did the mail get here yet?
So she's preoccupied.
Not only that, she was annoyed. She didn't want to be bothered with the patient. She didn't want to be bothered with anybody. She just didn't want to be at work.
What happened is it made it very easy for him to sneak around.
Right. Anyway, he says to her, blah, blah, blah. She says, no, you go sit over there. We'll get to you when we get to you. So she turns around and starts putting, now in the interim, as he's talking to her, he sees the mailboxes. And he sees the guy's name, Peter Ward, 207. He knows he's in room 207 now. So...
Which, I have to interrupt you for one second. This is the only part, but it's a movie, and he had to do this, but, for the story. But if you knew you bought a house, and people before, the guy killed his whole family, would you go look for him?
Well, no, I mean, I would look to see...
No, I think he did, because he thinks he had something to do with the people coming to the house, he thought it was him coming to try to kill him.
Yeah, right. He thought whatever was going on, somebody was looking to get the guy that did the murder or whatever.
No, I think he thought he escaped and he was going to come or something. All right.
Anyway, if you're asking me, would I go find the guy? No, I wouldn't give a shit about the guy. But if I wanted to find out, I would look to see what happened in the house.
Right.
I wouldn't look to go personally find the guy they had locked up for the
Well, I
murder.
think he went to look to see if he was still locked up because who was the guy looking at the window?
Right.
He
He thought this Peter Ward, the killer,
was still out.
escaped or got out loose or whatever,
Right.
got out and was coming back and
To get
harassing
back,
them and
to
coming
get
back
back.
to get them, whatever. So he went to investigate this. So he
Right,
goes to the
right.
asylum, right? And he goes in and sees this woman, she says sit down or whatever, and he sees the room number. So as she turns around and starts doing her mail again, he sneaks into a side door. He goes upstairs, he goes to this room 207 and he goes in. Now there's nobody in the room. So he starts rifling through the drawers and he's looking at things and he's looking at everything. And in the interim you see this guy, this guy's footprints coming.
Well, first he finds something. That's what makes
Wait a
him
minute,
go
yeah.
into the
Well, he
house.
finds something, you don't know what he finds, but he looks at something and you see him start to get a little jerked up. And then you see this guy walk in, and this guy was a lumbering guy. He was about 6'5", big guy, and he had nothing but a towel on. Apparently he just came out of the shower. I don't know why they did it that way. Anyway, he comes in.
No, they show you. Now that I'm thinking, they show you what he found in the room.
Yes, well, I'm getting to that.
All right.
So he comes in, the big guy comes in, he says, hey, what are you doing? So Daniel Craig turns around, and he says, what is that? Who are you? You know, what
are you doing?
What is this picture? What are you doing
my
with
family.
this?
It was his
It was
family.
a picture of his wife and his 2 kids in a little frame that he found on the dresser in this guy's room. So he gets he gets all agitated. He's like, what are you doing with this picture? Were you by my house? Did you come to my house? You know, if you come near my house again, I'll kill you. I'll come back and I'll kill you. So the guy says, wait a minute, I'm not the guy you're looking for. I'm not Peter Ward. And he says, don't tell me you're Peter Ward. I saw 207. He says, wait. And he takes a piece of paper off the table and he shows it to him, and it's a discharge paper.
They let the
and
guy
it says,
out.
Peter
They
Ward
let Peter
discharge
Ward
paper.
out. Right.
So this guy, Peter Ward, evidently was dismissed from this asylum. They
And
let
this
him
was
out.
the new person.
Right, he was released. So now the guy says to him, all this stuff was here when I got the room.
Now I understand. Now that's why he goes to the other guy and says, what happened with this guy?
Yeah, but wait a minute. So
I
now
understand.
he says to the guy, the big guy, you feel sorry for this big guy. He's a big guy. He could have took Daniel Craig apart. But he was like very meek and nervous. So Daniel Craig says to him, geez, I'm sorry. I thought you were this guy, whatever. And he walks out, right? And he takes the picture with him. So now he goes to the administrator's office, the guy that runs the whole place. And he goes and sits down in his office and he's telling the guy, listen, this guy took this picture. He's got a picture of my family. He's coming, he's at my house. He's looking in the windows. He's sneaking around. He tried to kill me, tried to run me over. So now the guy, the head doctor there that runs the joint, he said, no, this is not right, blah, blah, blah. This is this and this is that. And he starts to tell him something. Now this is where we got to cut it off, because if we go any further, we're going to give away the movie.
Okay, so now
right?
you're going to get your first, you're really into the movie now.
And your first twist is going to hit right now.
Yeah,
okay?
Which is unbelievable in itself.
Right.
I don't know how these writers think of these
Yeah,
things.
it shocked you when you saw your
I love it because I love movies that you're watching it and you're like, okay, typical movie. I know where this is going. There was murders in the house. What's happening. That same premise, and then all of a sudden they just totally flip the script, right? They just totally
180 degrees.
That's my line. So anyway, great twist. Now there's a whole thing going on with that twist, and then what happens is...
Well, you can't go any further. We can't even
right,
give you...
after that, after you finally figure out the twist, there's a whole nother twist.
Right. As soon as you figure out everything and you see everything comes to fruition, everything comes to where it's supposed to be,
You say,
boom,
wow.
they hit you in another
But then
twist
at the
again.
end of the movie, you say, wow, how did they think of that? So it's a good movie. It's a thriller. It's scary. It's emotional because you feel sad at
Just
some
to give you
parts.
another
You feel
thing.
sad at some parts. Wait,
the neighbor across the street was a really nice person.
Yeah.
She was a very nice person.
give too
She
much
cared
away.
about him and his family. And she was estranged from her husband. Her husband wasn't living with her. They were separated or divorced or
They
whatever.
were going to get a divorce.
So her and the husband really didn't get along. So
they start to play a part in it.
Right, and towards the middle of the movie, they start to play a part. Right.
There'll be the other characters. You have the neighbors come in. Those are other characters.
Right, you got neighbors come in. Their daughter comes into the picture.
There's a few other things that intertangle, and it all comes together at the end. And at the end. You in this movie, there's gonna be parts where you're scared. There's gonna be parts where you're sad.
I don't know about scared.
Yes. All right. Whatever.
What's going to scare you?
It's a scary movie. Period. It's a scary movie. And
all right.
There's parts that you're gonna feel sad, right? And
oh yeah. Let me tell you something.
It's more sad.
This
right?
movie almost brings you to tears.
But at the end, after you watch it, it all comes together, and you're not sorry you watched it. There's some scary movies where you say, why'd I watch this? Like everybody dies in the movie, or like they leave you hanging. Like this tells you the story, it gives you an ending.
Wait, you ever see those movies, like they take you right to the end, and they take you right to the edge, and you're waiting for the climax, and then the credits come on?
Yeah, they want you to guess the ending, and then everybody argues what they think is the ending, right?
What, are you kidding me with that?
But that's like, and also I hate those movies like, what is that one, Final Destination, the whole cast dies? Like those scary movies,
yeah.
everybody dies.
That's a kid's movie.
That's a teenage movie.
Yeah. But I mean, you got movies like, all the time. We put the movie on, I turn around, I say to her,
and I go, I don't get it. What happened? Right, what?
What do you believe this? The movie ended, the credits, what happened?
For as many twists and turns as there was, you knew the ending. You understood the whole movie. You understood
the ending. Well, no, when you
saw
the ending, you understood everything.
And I thought it was really good.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
I thought
Really
it was
good movie. Daniel Craig plays a great part.
Yeah,
like I said, he's not really a dramatic actor, but he does a good job. Yeah. And I think partially because he's with his real life wife.
Right.
So it makes it a lot more comfortable.
Easier
the interaction is a lot more easy between them.
Good movie, especially Halloween.
The two little girls, fantastic.
Halloween, good movie to watch for Halloween. Yes, absolutely.
She says that about everything. Every murder mystery, every thriller, it's a good Halloween movie.
If it's scary and there's murders and
I didn't see why this movie was scary.
It was scary. It was scary. Do not let kids watch it.
Give me one scary part.
If I tell the part is when they flash back to the murders in the house, which is scary. A family gets murdered in the house.
Oh yeah, you don't want to see that, but I mean, it's not like you like.
But that's scary. You wouldn't want your.
It's not like a shock scary.
No, it's scary because they flash back to the murders, and it's not a movie you want kids to watch.
Well, you don't want little kids to watch it.
Right, they flash back to the family getting killed. You don't want to see that.
You know, it's sad, really sad. I mean, really sad. They have they flash back to where the murders were done, and the babies. The little girls are in the rooms.
No, you're giving this away.
No, they're actually dying. They flash back to the murders and you see them dying.
You misunderstood that part of the movie. I'll have to explain that. No, that's not.
You don't see the kids dying?
No, that's something else. See, he's going
to say when they're laying there, I can't breathe, I'm dying.
No, we're gonna have to go because
he's
gonna give it all away. He's gonna go.
Maybe I misconstrued that part of the movie, but whatever. Anyway, we don't want to give away any more of the movie, so
rent it, watch it.
Yeah, rent it and watch it. It's good. It's
you
good.
You could probably get it. Can you get it on?
You could probably get it. Yeah, you could probably. We paid $3.99 for it.
Everything's $3.99.
Oh no, this one was
free.
No, this one was free because
it was free.
we were gonna do another movie. And then we said, the other movie, we had seen it so many times, and then we said, we found out we were going to rent it. It was $3.99 to rent, and then we saw that it was going to be played on TV this coming Monday. So I said to her, I'm not paying $4 to watch this now.
So
we'll watch it. Right, we'll do it next week.
You were being cheap.
Right, exactly. So I wasn't cheap, I was frugal. So anyway, we're going to watch it this week, and we'll review that one next week. So we're looking around, and she says, well, what do you want to do? So now on our cable, when you've got a preview of a movie on, you can go down and see people also watch, like on the bottom. So we'll look at Dress, hey, look at that movie Dream House. Remember that movie with Daniel Craig? Let's do that one. And she said, oh yeah, let's do that one.
There's so many movies, you watch so many movies over the years and then you forget about them. But then when you see it, you say, wow, that was a good movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie. It's worth the watch. It's definitely worth the watch.
Thank you for watching, guys.
Anyway, what I wanted to say was, you're running away. What do you got to do?
You're going to give away everything.
I'm not giving away
yes,
nothing. I'm done talking about the movie now. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. If you like our channel, you like the way we, do the movies, the way we review the movies for you and stuff, hit the subscribe button below. hit the like button, and if you do decide to subscribe, hit the bell, the notification button. This way when we put a new video up, you guys can come and watch it, and you'll know when there's a new video. And we're going to try to do a new video like
Once a week.
once a week. We're definitely
At least once a week.
But we're going to try to do 2 a week if we can. I don't know if we'll be able to do that because we both work, and things, you know how it is. I don't have to tell you, but we'll try to do as many videos as we can. And we're going to give you our honest opinion of the movie. There's going to be some movies that I like that she don't like, some that she likes that I don't like. So it's not always going to be, oh yeah, this is a good movie. But this one we give what? 2 thumbs up?
Yeah.
2 thumbs up
Definitely.
for sure.
I like the last 2 movies that we watched.
Yeah, the last 2 movies we reviewed were
I
very
like the
good.
last
But I like
two.
this one better than Strangers on a Train.
Well,
Strangers on a
it's a
Train
newer
was good.
movie, that's
It's a newer movie. It was kind of different, but they were both good. But if I had to pick between the 2, I would say this one.
I think more of people nowadays would like this.
Right, like this.
If there's
movie,
people that watch
yeah.
Turner Classic movies,
Yeah, see,
they
Turner
will like
Classic,
that
the old
movie.
movies from the 40s and 50s, like older people.
You
like
have to
our age
like that.
will
You have to like Alfred Hitchcock. You
Right.
have to like that kind of, older crowd.
This could even appeal to younger people, like
Right.
older teenagers and stuff. who enjoy this
Yeah,
movie.
this was a good one.
Anyway, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and now that you guys are in our home, you become part of our family. Because Italians have big families, I'm always looking to add a few more. So thanks for stopping by. I'm
Thank
Bruce,
you. I'm Mel.
and
Thank you.
we're Brooklyn Italians talking movies, and we'll see you next week. Okay? Take care. Be good.
Bye.
Be well.